Yeah, good afternoon to Ekota Studio, where we discuss the environment raw. And I'm glad today because we're having a very notable figure in the area of environment with us today. And that's why we are doing it in a very natural background today. On the studio today with me is the senior comrade Celestine Akpobari, a member of the governing council of the HYPREP. Welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me. Good afternoon, listeners and viewers.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Over the past week, there was a lot of row in the air due to my friend said it was a kangaroo and banana dethronement, but good thing the dust has settled down. Can you please tell us what actually happened?
Well, it's something I would like to call a fake coup. A fake coup because it took everybody unawares. Just like you rightly said, apart from the fact that I'm an environmental rights defender and campaigner, I'm also a member of the governing council of HYPREP. And on that Friday, we had an emergency governing council meeting where Professor Zabe was there as project coordinator to brief council members. The Honorable Minister, as usual, the chairman, the Honorable Minister for Environment, Abbas, the chairman of council, he was there. All of us, all council members were there. And we didn't know what was to come the next 24 hours. So we were shocked that after Friday meeting, on Saturday, that press statement was released. And to tell you that it was intention. It was the press release was released and dated on a Saturday, if you look at the date. So spontaneously, every lover of the environment and the Ogoni people themselves, who are the beneficiaries of what HYPREP is today, even if it will still go to other polluted sites in the Niger Delta, but for today, it's the Ogoni. Ogoni people too didn't, find it funny. They just organized themselves, and before you could say Jack, they have already occupied HYPREP premises, and it didn't go down well. For me, I knew that it's either they will bring him back, or that will be the end of HYPREP.
Okay, Senior Comrade, let me come in. You said you had the governing council meeting on Friday.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, in 24 hours time, this news filtered the air.
Yeah.
May I ask, are you going to say that the Minister for Environment not aware of this thing that was happening in 24 hours time?
He wasn't aware. He wasn't aware. When people want to do something that is bad, they don't tell people. They don't tell people so that they will not nip it in the bud. So it was seeded secretly to make sure, and it was launched in a weekend where you cannot do anything. It was not an official day, so that by Monday, the dust would have settled down and people would. But unfortunately, Ogoni people does not know Monday or Sunday. They ran out immediately, and before you know it, the soldiers and Nigerian police and the SSS has taken over the whole of that environment where you have HYPREP building.
But we were on ground on that day, and we saw the battalions of the Nigerian Army, police, and the secret agents. Question I want to ask: were you not afraid of your life then?
One thing about the Ogoni people and the Ogoni struggle is that when you are constantly confronted with people that wear arms, that carry gun, at some point, the fear of gun is taken away from you. Don't forget that Ogoni was occupied by people like Paul Kuntoma, Obiomai, and several other soldiers for more than 2 years, where we were seeing gun-wielding soldiers every day, where they were killing people. They kill over 2,000 persons. They arrest and kangaroo trial or cancer is a different thing. This one killing in the villages, burning houses with people inside. A lot of things happen. So I can say that all those that witness the struggle will no longer be afraid of gun or what the military or the police can do. Because when you are pushed to the wall, you have to bounce back. So, to the Ogoni, if you look at the video coming out from Kenya, you will see police and soldiers shooting, and the people are coming. That's exactly the spirit. When it seems as if people want to suck your blood, you have no choice than to confront the system.
Okay, good thing. Professor Zabi has now been brought back. Does this matter end here, or there's going to be an investigation to actually know what happened? Because from what I was told and I read, there are procedures for even for appointing a new PC, which was not even followed initially. So, would the matter just sweep under the bed, or an investigation should be carried out to know actually what happened and those who are responsible for this act?
Well, I don't think that we are going to ask for any investigation, because it is not easy to reverse a decision that has been taken by the presidency. So for them to reverse themselves within 36 hours, I mean, you give them a kudos. It is very difficult for people to accept guilt, to say we are sorry. God, what they have just said is that we are sorry. You know, by reversing themselves, it means that they knew that what they did was wrong. But definitely, we are all aware of what happened within the corridors of power, especially since Tinubu took over. What they have been doing, especially those that work with him, is not to get their cronies to fill up every available space in the system, what are called Yorubanization of Nigeria. If you look at all the appointments that President Tinubu has made, if they have made 100 appointments, 98 are Yorubas. So wherever they think that something is happening, they just send their brothers there. They don't care. They don't know the makeup of that place. Because, I mean, if they did a study of what HYPREP was all about, they would have known that there are procedures. They would have known that HYPREP is a product of a struggle, an ongoing struggle. They would have known, yes, they have some of the Ogoni people that they took into what they were doing. And that's why if you observe, you would have seen pockets of congratulatory messages from Ogoni to the man. There were some Ogoni people that they put together on their side, and that thought that because you carry 2 or 3 persons into what you are doing, that the whole Ogoni people have been taken. No, it's not like that. So they thought that the contracts they wanted to get from HYPREP, that it was not forthcoming or it was delayed. And so, okay, let's just remove the man and put our brother so that he will just give us the contract. Yeah, so that was all the thing. Yeah, that was all the thing. And unfortunately, I'm not sure that they understand that the money that they've been spending in HYPREP is not even in this country. It's not even in government accounts. So it does not end with putting somebody there. The money the person will work with, where will it come from? The Ogoni man must sign. It's in a trust fund, Ogoni trust fund in the UK. So how will you even get the money? So I think they didn't do their background check very well. They were only pushed by greed, excessive greed.
Okay, nice one, senior comrade. Let's now come to HYPREP. Yeah. So can you tell us the journey so far with the remediation work in HYPREP?
Well, so far, in summary, I can say that we are moving, however we have been slow. Martin Luther King said that if you cannot fly, you should run. If you cannot run, walk. If you cannot walk, crawl. Let there be a movement. And again, the kind of remediation works that is being done in Ogoni hasn't been done anywhere here. So there was no book to study to know, to write a report and do assessment. Auditing the environment is different from implementation of the report. So when a child is learning to walk, you walk and fall, walk and fall. So that's what has been happening.
Getting a lot of revelation about this HYPREP and what goes within the system. And with our senior comrade, Celestine Akpobari, sir, we want to know this cleanup exercise of Ogoni. Has there been any maximum time limit for this project?
Yeah, according to UNEP report, they say it will take 30 to 35 years. It will take 5 years to clean the land, then 25 to 30 years to clean the waterways. And that's been the $1 billion that was released. It's take-off grant. It was supposed to take the first 5 years because I was part of the team that negotiated how the cleanup will happen. From Abuja to Geneva, I was in all the meetings. Incidentally, I also was working with Her Excellency Amina Mohammed, the now Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations, while she was the Minister for Environment that launched this report, and I worked closely with her. So I was around throughout the period and knew everything. And like I was saying, to conduct an environmental audit is different from implementation. So after setting up the project coordination office, we needed to train some hands that will collect soil samples and test, because that report was submitted on the 4th of August 2011. Between that 2011 to 2016, when the report was implemented, it's a long time. 2011, 2016 gap. Our land is permeable. The oil, the pollution are percolated. If you look at UNEP report, as at then, it's a 5 feet was dead of our soil. But as at the time they commenced, some had got into the water table. So they needed to actually know the level of pollution before they will apply whatever method they wanted to do. So that was what led to some delays. But right now, I can say that they are already on a speed lane now.
Okay. No, earlier you said there are some areas of cleanup or regulation that are quite new to the Niger Delta that is peculiar to this Ogoni cleanup. So what area were you talking about that is peculiar?
No, what I was saying is that this kind of pollution, this level, the massive thing has never happened anywhere. Yeah. So it's a new thing. It's a new thing. Before, what they used to know is that maybe one OSP a year, they can just curtail it in that area, clean it up, and dig the soil up for treatment and bring it back. But this one, the area is massive.
So what actually caused this massive? Because I know
years of neglect. Yeah. Years of neglect. You know, these guys, they know what they were doing. You know, even if it was God that manufactured the pipeline, you should know that this pipeline has a lifespan. You cannot lay pipeline in the soil and be operating up to 5 decades and think that it will not burst. And they are not doing the routine check because they are just here for profit making. When they flare gas, don't they know that the consequences, that gas that is flare will fall like acid rain and destroy things? Don't they know? They know. They know. But there was no effort on the oil companies and their partner in crime, the government of Nigeria, on remediation, on what they would do to remediate the impact, the negative impact. All what they were after is how much money are we getting today? How much money are we getting tomorrow? In fact, it's a shame that Nigerian government does not even know the volume of oil produced in this country till today. If you look at the report from NNPC just recently, they said they wanted to put metering system around oil production sites in Nigeria. That is now is when you are beginning to think about that. The only volume they know is the one they export, because they are all involved in oil theft. So there were no need, even when Norway offered to provide metering system to know, volume of oil being produced, they said no, because they were all involved in stealing, including the oil companies.
Okay, I think I will have you on the studio another day. We are going to talk about some of these activities, because a lot of persons have come to the studio because we discuss the environment raw. We don't hide anything, undiluted, and they keep on saying on the negative role the oil companies and some regulators are playing that are not beneficial to the people and to the environment. I think we'll come to the studio again and discuss that. But let me ask you, what are the challenges of HYPREP? What are some of the challenges?
Okay. For me, as a member of council, as an Ogoni person, the greatest challenge I think we have is independence. HYPREP is not even an agency of government. It's a project. It's not backed up by law. National Assembly, they don't debate. You don't send your budget to National Assembly. It's not backed up. So, and it is just a project. At best, it is a project inside the pocket of the Minister for Environment. So he decides. Incidentally, he is the chairman of council. For instance, I've worked with 3 ministers. 3 ministers, you know, there have been constant changes of ministers in the Ministry of Environment. So when you have constant changes like that, it affects the project. Because the vision of the ministers are different. I met Mahmoud in 2011, in 2021, Mahmoud Abubakar. After Mahmoud, Sharon took over. Then we have another Abubakar again. Then now, Abbas. 4 ministers. But other ministers, Fashola remained till the end of the administration. Amechi remained till, but the Minister for Environment under Buhari, about 7 or 8 were changed.
Why did it change?
It's up to the president that is changing them. Maybe they think that there was too much money within the Ministry of Environment. Maybe there was scramble and fighting over, I want to take over, a lobbying, I want to take over, and all those kind of things. I think because if the play was not lucrative, why would there be that changes when only Fashola was there from beginning to the end? Amechi was there from beginning to the end. No, Buhari did not change ministers like that. For the 2 tenure, he did not. But this one, they were changing. So that constant changes affected the project very seriously. Because most of the time, the Bureau of Public Procurement would have finished their job when a new minister will come. You will go there and pull out. You know, sometimes when you push job into the Bureau of Public Procurement, it takes like 1 year to finish. And when they have tactically finished their job, a new minister will just come and remove it and go and put his own. It will take another 2 years.
So what is the way forward?
So that was 1. 2, the project coordinator does not have power to do much. I'm not sure that a project coordinator can sign up to 10 million. So it doesn't have power. So every now and then, the project, like 3 times in a week, you can see the project coordinator running to Abuja just to get approval for something or the other. So this thing was. So the way forward is to remove that project from Ministry of Environment. Maybe it is to put it at the presidency. It should run like NDC with the presidency. No minister. I know even if it is under the Ministry of Niger Delta, but it is an agency. There is some authority, stamp of authority. HYPREP does not have that. I think if they give some powers to the project coordinator, we can do better. We are lucky now that we have a minister, Abbas, that is, I think that came on board, is the best. He's the after Amina Mohammed and Jibril Ibrahim. This is the next minister that wants this project to move. He has no personal interest. He's not pursuing any interest. All he's pursuing is the work. So I think we need ministers like that want the place to move. And we need a project coordinator that has some powers to do things on his own.
Okay, thank you very much, Senior Comrade Celestine Akpobari. It has been nice talking with you on this platform, the EcoTax platform, where we discuss environmental issues raw. You have said a lot, and we do hope to have you next time. But on a very final note, what is advice to the Ogoni's people, and what is advice to the federal government, and what is advice to the IOCs who are involved in this pollution of the environment?
One, my advice to the IOCs first is that they should stop their divestment and restore the Niger Delta environment to where they met it. It is not just running away after you have destroyed the people's means of livelihood. Our people are predominantly fishermen and farmers. When you destroy our river and destroy our land, what do we eat? They should come back. It is not all about declaring profit. They should come back to remediate our environment and restore the livelihood before they would think about divestment. The government of Nigeria, I want them to take our environment very seriously. It is money and wealth from the Niger Delta that has sustained the government of Nigeria since the creation of this country till today, since the discovery of oil. So you cannot see a region that are giving so much and just look at what oil wells are done in Abuja within so short a time. The government must deliberately think about how to remediate Niger Delta environment, how to restore the livelihood, and how to give back to the people of Niger Delta. And to the people of Ogoni and Niger Deltas, I have always said that everything about the environment is tied, everything about a man is tied to his environment. If you want to destroy the man, you destroy his environment. If you want to destroy the fishes, you pollute the river. If you want to destroy the animal in the forest, set the fire on the forest. When you destroy the environment where you are destroying yourself indirectly. After God created everything, the only assignment he gave to man is to dress the garden. So man must take his environment very seriously. This fire thing they are doing is further degrading our environment. We must cease forthwith. Indiscriminate dumping of waste. Anytime it is raining, that is when people will come with all their waste and pour in the gutter. Drainage is not the best way to do. We must care for the environment as we care for our health, as we care for what we eat. The environment is the most delicate thing. It's our life is tied to it. The air we breathe is tied to it. So everybody, not only the Ogoni, must begin to do that. And I will call on the Ogoni to support the cleanup that is going on. And I will call on HYPREP that now that they have started the cleanup of Ogoni, it is time to conduct environmental audit in other polluted sites in the Niger Delta. We cannot wait until you finish Ogoni. Ogoni is not an island. Ogoni will not remain clean until other parts of the Niger Delta are clean because it's a chain. That's what I have to say.
Thank you very much, Senior Comrade Celestine Akpobari. It's our pleasure having you here today, and you have actually exposed a lot. We do hope as an environmental media athlete to work with you in ensuring that we follow up with reporting on the cleanup exercise. Good thing you said you have started. Yeah. Very, very much interested in giving report. Let me make you understand. Last time we were at Bayelsa State, where the impact of oil pollution, there was a report. And in which we got the person, Dr. Brice, who led that research.
I was at that.
To come and discuss that. So we're very, very much interested in in working with you, especially with HYPREP to monitor the cleanup since I started. Thank you very much, and we are very grateful.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you. My pleasure.